Uh, 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 uh. Good day, y'all. Master Monk. So look, my particular goal with this video, man, I just want to help y'all, find out who you is, find out your mission, find out your purpose, find out why you here, find out why the universe birthed you at this particular day and time and gave you your height and bestowed upon you your complexion and your parents and the particular part and area of the world you was born in, because everything truly happens for a reason and everything has its purpose as to why it's built and birthed and born. And I just want to help you, find out who you is and activate yourself and anoint yourself and activate your superpowers. If you really pay attention to like certain superhero movies, it always giving you a subliminal message that's applicable to life. Like if you look at Wolverine, if you look at Superman, if you look at Incredible Hulk, if you look at the Storm from the X-Men, Wonder Woman, any of the male or female species that's in the superhero world, they all have a particular attire that they wear. And it all suits them perfect. It all aligns with their superpower and their purpose of existing. You know what I mean? And I know that it's the same for us as humans. Those movies speak to us in ways that's applicable to our life and applicable to what's happening, in modern times. Like my whole purpose of this video, to sum it up, because I realized, well, I just said that, but I realized that the most profound things in life are also the most simple things in life. And with that being said, I want to name this video that I want to name it, you essentially, you belong where you don't mind being long. Meaning the places that just naturally suit you and you don't mind spending a lot of time there, you don't mind being there for a long time, that's usually where you belong, because that's speaking to not only your comfort level, but that's also speaking to why you're here. That's resonating for a reason. It's speaking to your purpose. It's essentially letting you know this is where you belong, So I might keep repeating it throughout this video, that you belong where you don't mind being long. And that's applicable to everything. Like that's applicable to relationships. That's applicable to the attire you choose to wear, your favorite color, the sounds, your tunes, the music you like. That's applicable to your career choice, your profession. That's applicable to where children belong in class. A lot of times we say kids are misbehaving in school, but a lot of times they don't want to be there long because they don't belong there. And like I said, when you find yourself in places you don't mind being there long, that's where you belong. So essentially what I'm saying is you belong where you don't mind being long. And a lot of times you might have a child that's naturally built for home ec, but you got him in science class and you wonder why he's misbehaving. You might have a child that's naturally built to be athletic or on a war field, battlefield, in the gym, or something like that, and you wonder why he misbehaving at home ec. You might have a child that's naturally inclined to be analytical and study sheets and charts and things like that, make blueprints, and you wonder why he's not participating in gym. So what I'm saying is, you find yourself and you find your purpose and you activate your superpower by self-reflecting and analyzing the places that you like, that you don't mind being long at, places that you just there and you just alive and time just going, and you might have been sitting there or being there for 5 hours and it only felt like 5 minutes. You don't mind being there long because you belong there, and that's in a relationship, the woman, the mate, you choose as a man, the mate you choose as a woman, the man you choose, if you don't mind spending a long time and just being in their presence, being in their company, you don't mind being long there, usually that's where you belong. That's speaking to your essence. That's speaking to your purpose. You know what I mean? If a man, you choose a woman and you just can't wait to get away from her. She aggravating you every moment. You know what I mean? And you don't want to be there long. That's usually probably an indicator. Ain't no probably. That's an indicator that you don't belong there. So any places that you don't want to be there long, you don't belong there, because what suits you, what activates you, what anoints you, what gives you life and vigor and purpose is usually the places that you don't mind being there long. And like I said, that's the mate you choose. You want to be around that mate all day long. You just want to be there long, and you don't, that's usually where you belong. Like I said, you belong where you don't mind being long. The attire you choose. Every superhero has a particular outfit. You know what I mean? And something that you really like and love, the color, how it suits you and fits your body and your frame. Some things you wear, you just don't even want to take it off. You like, damn, I want to wear this like 3-4 more times. You know what I mean? And usually when you got something on, that's your superhero outfit. That's what activates you. That's what gives you life. That's what makes you more receptive and in tune. You know what I mean? Something that you want to wear and you don't mind wearing it for a long time. That's usually where you belong. And of course, you're going to switch it up and find different renditions of the same thing. You know what I mean? You might got that outfit you like, but you're going to find different colors and you know what I mean? You're going to switch it up, but it's a particular color, it's a particular fit that you wear, you know what I mean, that just speaks to your spirit, speaks to your essence, speaks to how your body is shaped, you know what I mean, that you just want to keep it on for a long time. Like me personally, I like black, you know what I mean, so I'm always having something that got black in it, whether it's my hat, my sweatpants, you know what I mean. I love black, and then I love wearing something that has black in it, but I like bright colors to just splash or explode through the black. You know what I mean? I notice I just feel alive. I feel activated when I wear something black, but when I got something bright coming on through the black, you know what I mean? So I notice like that suits me. That suits my personality. That activates my superpower. I just feel like I come to life, like Superman come to life or Wolverine come to life when he put on his costume. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to get you to find yourself, find your purpose. You know what I mean? And just pay more observation and attention to yourself. You know what I mean? From the foods you like, the people you hang around, the clothes you wear. Find, you know what I mean, why you here. You know what I mean? Because that's where your treasure lies. That's where your money lies. That's where your joy lies. That's where your peace lies, and the things that you don't mind being long there. You want to be there and wear it and be around it all the time because you belong there. It's speaking to you more than just what you think as far as, oh, I just like it here. It's a reason why you like it there. The universe wants you there because that's where you're going to thrive at. That's where you're going to find, you know what I mean, your success at. That's where you're going to find the things that allows you to make money at, find joy at, you know what I mean, find peace and strength at. You know what I mean? The places that you don't mind being long, the things you do that you don't mind being long, that's where you belong. Even in the gym, if you want to find out your regimen, what you're going to be consistent at, your routine, because it's the consistency that gives you the results and the physique that you're looking for. It's not how hard you go. It's the consistency. Because you can do 30, 40 minutes every other day consistently and look way better than somebody that's going hard. You know what I mean? But not consistent. You know what I mean? So even in the gym, I know I'm built for like the pull-up bar. I love the pull-up bar. I don't mind being there long. I can do it all day. But of course, I got to pay attention to the stuff that I don't necessarily care for that much just to be well-rounded. But what's going to keep me consistent is that pull-up bar. What's going to keep me consistent is that cardio, hitting the heavy bag. You know what I mean? I feel alive when I'm doing that. You know what I mean? Pay attention to the things that you feel alive doing, because that's where you belong, and that's the thing that's you're going to find success at. That's what you're going to be consistent at. you know what I mean? And you take them basic principles through life, you know what I mean? Like I said, the mates you choose, your exercise regimen, your attire, you know what I mean? Your profession, the things that you do that you just don't mind being there for a long time, that's where you belong. That's how you find your consistent workout regimen. You ain't gotta do everything. You just gotta do your thing, you know what I mean? And your thing is the thing that you don't mind being long at. Like my thing is the pull-up bar. My thing is the heavy bag. My thing is sprinting on the treadmill. I don't mind. I don't like walking on the treadmill or running on the treadmill for 20, 30 minutes. I like to sprint, catch my breath, sprint again, catch my breath, sprint again. I can do that all the time. You know what I mean? But find out the things that you don't mind doing for a long time, because that's the thing you're going to be successful at. That's the thing you're going to be able to maintain and be consistent at. You know what I mean? And I just want you to activate your superpower. I want you to find your consistency. I want you to find your purpose. That's my whole goal for this video. I want you to, you know what I mean, win at whatever you do. So whatever you doing, wherever you at, if you don't mind being long there, that's usually where you belong. Master Mark, love.